really high hopes for this bathroom. Come and I'll take you on a little tour of the good, the bad, and the ugly. I can't exactly see all of my face here. Almost. I can roll under the sink, but I might hit my knees on those exposed pipes. And the toilet setup is okay. Would be better if it had an open front seat and the toilet was a little bit taller. I'm surprised it doesn't have an L bar, but it actually looks like there was one there and they have since replaced it. Seems relatively solid. And then we have the tub. And that's all it is. It's a tub with some grab bars. And it does have a shower wand. Come on in and you can have a look at the setup here. But I've never had to deal with a tub before, so this will be interesting. We've got a bench that they brought, the housekeeping brought, so we'll use that. Should work with the shower curtain, and it does have a shower wand, so long as I can figure out the controls. Transferring will be interesting to get over the hump here. And towels, well, they're reachable, but a little on the high side. There is a visual fire alarm in the bathroom, which is awesome. And there's a drawer with a hair dryer where you can actually reach it. And you can reach the plugs, and you can reach the lights. Lighting's pretty good. Tap is accessible. So it's just this darn tub. Apparently there are no roll-in showers in this whole hotel room, which is really shocking, and I'm going to have to try and figure that out. More to come. So I'm hoping this doesn't turn into, I'll shower when I get home, because we're here for 3 nights and it would be nice to have a shower. So this is one of the benches that the hotel has. So I'm going to show you why. So that's how it fits, which is fine for, I don't know who, because you can't put your feet that way. And the problem for me is I do not have the skills to go from here to there. Like it's a bit of a distance, and I could do my slider board while I'm dry, but as soon as you're wet, using a slider board is not very slidey. I don't know if it could go. I guess if you made this leg a little bit taller, you could do it that way, but then you're hardly in the shower. I don't know, it seems a little precarious. They have another one. So this is the other shower bench that housekeeping brought, and it's funny because on the bottom you can see that it used to have a backrest attached to it at some point, so that would be right here, and then you can turn it around and you can make the legs longer so that it's level or to the height that you want it to be, and it means that I can transfer a little bit more easily. Well, I made that leg long. I can get up to it in a way that it reduces the distance that I have to actually jump from one seat to the other. Now I still have to get my legs over the tub, and it's doable if I were all set up properly. Get my legs over the tub and then I can slide over there. But once I'm sitting here, I have nothing to lean my back against. And that's especially dangerous because when I straighten myself out, I go into a spasm and my whole body wants to go straight. So I would just I don't know which way I would go. That way or this way. It would be bad is what I'm saying. So I'm not quite sure what we're going to do about that yet. Look what just arrived. Thank you to the awesome staff here. Shower bench with a backrest. Everything's good. It's shower morning. I am going to attempt to use this shower bench that they so lovingly went and picked up for me. We have adjusted the legs so that it's now the same height. 1 foot is a little shorter because it's inside the tub, so we raised this a little bit. And having it out of the tub means that I can get really close for a safer transfer. There's lots of people that would be able to transfer to that white seat that was in here before, but that just takes way too much energy. So you gotta make sure that you have the things that you need, because once you're in, you don't want to have to get out again. Noting that there's no soap holder and no soap dispenser, so that is definitely something I would add. But then I also need to put things where I'm going to be able to reach them. Such a challenge. And I'm undecided about feet first or butt first. Thoughts? I do feet first, actually.
Except for those pokey things under the seat.
Yeah, what's with that? No, they're not even set. There's 2 spots for them. So there's another lesson. Check that your bench is locked in place before you get on it, because, well, it wouldn't have gone off, but it wasn't set up properly. No, it's cockeyed. Ah! I wonder why showering away from home takes so much energy. There's one reason. That looks better. Get myself back in position. Oh, that was pretty good. So the drawback, of course, is the fact that this shower curtain now has to be over top of the bench and is going to put lots of water on the floor. And my husband told me last night that the floor is really slippery when wet. Wheels and water don't go well together, so I will have backup when it comes to getting back into my chair. There we go. So my shower worked out just fine here with the bench, and I was thinking some of you might be wondering, well, why not just put the bench against the wall at the back of the shower? Which would have been fine, the one that didn't have the backrest attached to it. It would have been fine because I would have had something to lean against, but I wouldn't have been able to reach the controls. So that would have been quite a bit challenging, being that the distance from the back of the tub to the controls is the length of a tub. Would have been challenging. And what else was I thinking about? Oh yeah, there's no soap holder. And so I looked it up in the code, and the current code does not require that hotels have accessible roll-in showers. They have to have accessible tub or accessible roll-in shower, not a combination. So this hotel just has accessible tubs, which wasn't the information that I got when I called, which is why I should have followed through and gotten a photo of the shower. But anyways, that needs to change. There needs to be a variety present in the hotel, because some people can do a bath and some people can do a shower, but not everybody can just do a bath. And the other thing to think about in hotels is maintenance of equipment, right? Like the gray bench that was missing the backrest, it had one at some point. And this hotel was built in 2018, so it's not that old. And in that time, the equipment has kind of gone missing. So maintaining equipment, making sure you have everything that anybody would be able to use in terms of equipment. And yeah, let's change things up and have showers and tubs available, a variety in a hotel. Back home in my own shower, I've just spent the past half an hour or so gluing together the photos and the video from the hotel in Canada, and there's a couple of thoughts that I've had since then. One is just to show you how much easier it is for me to transfer when I can roll right into my shower. The second is that my shower bench is padded, and I know it's like a hygiene issue or an ability to keep a seat clean or longevity, but having padding when you don't have sensation on your butt and you don't have muscle, and you can be at risk of skin issues like pressure sores from sitting on a solid surface for too long, which is what that hotel, all of those types of shower benches, those portable shower benches, they're all solid surfaces. So that can put somebody at risk. And the other thing I was thinking about is that we want to be able to travel. People with disabilities have just as many rights as everybody else. We have funerals to go to, weddings to attend, kids to pick up from camp. We want to have a holiday, and we want to be able to do that with less stress. And when you have to research and phone ahead and get photos and ask all of these million questions just to make sure that you have a shower bench that you can actually sit on and have a shower, let alone be able to reach your soap and your razor and the shower head and the controls, all with ease and safety, with independence and dignity. It makes such a big difference. So those of you who are designers, architects, people in the hotel management industry, think about everybody. And if you're not sure, ask, does this setup work for people with disabilities? There are a lot of accessibility consultants out there. I am not the only person that does this work, thank goodness, because there's a lot of work to be done. So I hope you have gotten something from this video. It ended up being a whole lot longer than I had planned because I was just going to talk about how accessible a tub was. So if there's more things that you would like me to cover in my YouTube, please drop a comment below, send me a message. You can always reach me, julie@juliesawchuck.ca. Check out my website, subscribe to my videos, and give me a thumbs up. Drop a comment for what you would like me to talk about next, because there's always going to be something.